doesn't seem 100% for me is B. I'm pretty sure Saturn's bigger than Earth, so that's the only one I'm not too sure of.
Okay, keep the moment of truth. Let's find out whether the usual suspects are correct if you've made mistakes or if you've managed to achieve perfection. 2 out of 4. It's not perfection again, and once again, you've let the usual suspects into the game. Do you need to have a discussion, usual suspects? You need to change 2, but which 2?
Well, B, I think B.
Yeah, and I'm almost sure Charlize Theron was born in South Africa.
I think she was born South African.
I say Jamila Jamil's isn't she a Radio 1 DJ or something? It's something like
I
that.
think so. I think C maybe is the one that...
Okay, then should we just B and C then?
I suppose it's in time length is probably could be.
It's a long, long
Yeah,
river,
B
so...
and C. Okay, we'll change B to false.
B changes from true to false.
And then C from false to true.
Yes. C from false to true, leaving A and D as answered by Keith. Okay, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Jamila Jamil became Prime Minister of India in 2013. True or false? Yes, of course it's false. She's a Radio 1 disc jockey. The Earth is larger than Saturn. True or false? Yeah, false. Saturn is much larger than the Earth. C, there are more than 100 bridges over the Thames. This is the key one. Is that true or false? Yes, it is true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You know where this is going now. There are, in fact, nearer to 200 bridges over the Thames. The actress Charlize Theron was born in South Africa. True or false? Yes, it's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Well, it's a bit of a nightmare, Keith, really, isn't it? Second round in a row, they've achieved perfection and succeeded where you failed, and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Keith's chances of winning the prize fund of, let's remind you, £7,000. That much harder. Let's see the final board. First 2 subject categories on the final board were chosen by you, and because you won that second round, you get to choose the next ones as well. So which 2 would you like?
I'm looking at philosophers.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say.
We'll put philosophers in there straight away.
Philosophers go through into the final.
At least airport, those Middle East through Middle East.
Yeah, Middle East as well, please, Nick.
And Middle East goes through into the final. Congratulations, usual suspects. Very well played. You won the first and second round. Time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3 to see if you can make it a clean sweep. They're tucking you up here.
I don't mind philosophers.
You don't mind philosophers?
Middle East seems, yeah.
Well, they did avoid the 2 that you said that you weren't very keen on, Tea and King Canute. So that's quite good. And if you're not unhappy with those 2 choices, then if you can win round 3, get perfection, choose your last 2, you've got a decent final board then, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right. Ready to get going?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 out of 4 both times. You need to step up on this last round. Here we go. Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Bernie Madoff is the head of the World Bank.
Bernie Madoff. Never heard of the man. I'd say that's false.
False. William Wallace was the father of Robert the Bruce.
Again, I think that could be false.
False. Tigers are native to both Africa and Asia.
Tigers, definitely both, I think, are true.
True. And finally, William Shatner once sold one of his kidney stones on eBay.
He's that daft enough to do it, I'd say that's true.
True, and again, with time to spare, you've answered all 4. Happy with that? Good, bad,
I
indifferent?
feel I've done better.
All right. Before we reveal exactly how well you've done, time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Keith's answers. Sean, what do you think's going on here?
I think he's actually done really well. I would say he's got perfection.
Heather, what do you think?
Sorry, Keith, I don't think there are tigers in Africa, so I think C's false.
Keith, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. one of his kidney stones on eBay. True or false? Actually true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Believe it or not, William Shatner's kidney stone made $25,000 for charity when it sold on eBay. Keith, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. As predicted, usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Keith's chance of winning the prize fund about as hard as they can be. Let's face it, let's see the final board. 4 subject categories already chosen on there, all by you, the usual suspects. And you're about to make it a clean sweep because you've won the last round as well, which means you get to choose the last 2 subject categories. So which ones do you fancy?
Okay.
I think I'll be okay.
Oh, you remember the chance. Keith, for £7,000, it's time to play the final. Keith, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £7,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £8,000 on the next game. You wouldn't want that to happen, would you?
No.
So let's play the final round. Keith, here are your final 6 categories. Now, you must answer all 6 statements perfectly if you want to win the £7,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. You ready?
Yeah.
Then or false. 2014 mutant will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. And as this is a new series, we thought we would mix things up a little for our usual suspects. From now on, they will play a maximum of 8 games, so they'll need to think even more carefully and strategically than ever about how they play the game. That should suffice. And finally, the one that you wanted to avoid, King Canute. Canute was monarch of England, Norway, and Denmark.
England, Norway. Don't think he was King of England. So I'd say that's false.
False. And with that, Keith, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. So which ones are you worried about?
King Canute.
You
King Canute
before you came up,
yeah.
E and F.
E, yeah.
Those 2 last categories were killers for you, weren't they?
Yeah.
Let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. So you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Keith's answers. Now, Keith, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can change the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Keith has done, if you want to help, but if you do, how much it will cost him. So, Keith, who would you like to hear from first?
I'll try Heather first, please.
I think you've got a couple wrong, Keith, but there's another one that I'm not sure about, so I wouldn't be prepared to come down at this stage, I'm afraid.
And Sean, I'm the same. I know you've definitely got one wrong,
but there is a few that I'm just not too sure about, so unfortunately I'm going to have to rule myself out.
Simon?
Yeah.
Sorry, Keith. I'm the same. I think you've got one wrong, but I'm really not sure, and the others took round. So yeah, I'm going to have to rule myself out, I'm afraid.
None of the usual suspects are willing to help you, so you are on your own. £7,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Heather, you thought there was a couple wrong. Which ones are you worried about?
E, I think Arthur Haley did write hotel, and F.
It's interesting, isn't it? Sean?
I think A could be true.
A.
Yeah.
Simon, do you want to add to this list?
I thought A was true, and F I wasn't too sure about. So.
Well, E and F you were worried about, and A was the other one that they all seem to think that you might have made a mistake with A. So I'll tell you what, let's start with B. B, in Mork and Mindy, Mork came from the planet Ork. You said this was true. Was this the category Nano Nano or something? Nano Nano. We need this to turn green to get you off to a good start. So is it true or false? It is true. Very well done. Okay. Friedrich Nietzsche was born in Russia. You know, you said that it didn't sound Russian, it sounded more sort of German. With any cash, maybe you can still achieve perfection at home. So let's carry on through those statements. Hotel and Airport are novels by Arthur Haley. You said false. Is that true or false? Yeah, that's true. And to be fair, you said you had no idea on that one. And Canute was monarch of England, Norway and Denmark. You said that was false. Is that true or false? Yeah, that's actually true as well. But bad news for you, obviously, Keith. It means you're not taking home any cash. But great news for you, usual suspects. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £8,000. You failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing other than our thanks for playing along. You take it. Let's hear it for Keith one more time, please. Right, it's now time to meet the next usual suspect, hoping to play perfection today. Usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Samantha. I'm from Telford and I'm a recruitment consultant.
Well, best of luck to you, Samantha, and all of you, as we now find out which one of you has been randomly picked to play perfection. Heather, it's you. Please come down and join me. Heather, welcome to the game. So let's find out a little bit more about you. Interesting how you met your husband.
I used to work in a hotel, and Steve was a guest in the hotel, and I used to...
Did you date your guests in the hotel regularly?
No, I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to.
And you're married with 3 children, is that
Yeah,
right?
well, they're not children anymore. Youngest is 23, 22 and 20.
Wow, so they'll be spending some of your money if you're in your own home.
Well, I hope so, because it was lucky enough to win some of that. I've got a big birthday coming up as well, so I'd like to take everybody away on holiday.
If you've got ambition to see Northern Lights?
I'd love to see the Northern Lights, yeah, but I don't think that's what I'd take the children to. I think that would be one I'd do more just Steve and I.
Okay, well, Heather, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, they're now very definitely your enemies. Here's the good news, as nobody has won the last 7 games, the prize fund currently stands at £8,000. And that will pay for quite a party, as I said, you've got a milestone birthday coming up. So here's your chance to get some money for that and make a trip to see the Northern Lights.
That would be fabulous.
Okay, 3 rounds and the finals come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Cheerio. Away they go. You ready to play?
I am.
Then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Over 95% of the UK's area is used as farmland.
That sounds awfully high. False.
False. The actor Omar Sharif is a world champion poker player.
thought you played backgammon, so I'm going to say that one's false as well.
False. James Boswell wrote a famous biography of Dr. Johnson.
I don't know, so I'll guess and say yes. True.
True. Keep an eye on the time. The boxer Manny Pacquiao was born in the Philippines.
True.
True. Very instant and plenty of time. I didn't mean that to go quite that fast, but you actually managed to answer all four statements in the allotted time. Very well done. Sounded like a very confident round.
Yeah, no.
No?
Last two, not so sure, no.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Don't forget that into here. So, usual suspects, these are the four statements, and next to them are Heather's answers. Simon, start us off. Has she got anything wrong there?
I don't think so. I think she's got perfection. I wouldn't change anything.
Sean, can you pick any holes in these answers?
No, I've got Eddie aside, and I think she's got perfection as well. She's done really well.
Samantha, can you see anything wrong with these answers?
I agree with the boys. I think Heather's done really well, and I think she's got perfection.
Well, a resounding support there from the usual suspects, and trust me, they'd be picking up as if they could. So it's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all four statements perfectly to win the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Heather, you have achieved perfection. Well, I would say that's the way to do it. Let's have a look at those answers in more detail, shall we? Right, over 95% of the UK's area is used as farmland. You said it was false, and of course it is false. Nearer to 75%, which is still a lot, actually, if you think about it. The actor Omar Sharif is a world champion poker player. True or false? Yeah, that is false. World-renowned expert on contract bridge. Moving on, James Boswell wrote a famous biography of Dr. Johnson. True or false? Well, we now know, of course, that it is true, and the boxer Manny Pacquiao was born in the Philippines, and we know that to be true as well. So very well done. Heather, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier. Let me show you how. This is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories, and here are your final round category options, starting with words running through Sonny and Cher, and on to C's with many more in between. Now, because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. So, which 2 do you fancy playing in the final?
USTV.
USTV goes in, and
words.
words also makes it into the final. Well, usual suspects, you didn't get a look in there. We'll see you in the next round where you might have a better chance. In the meantime, we're going to switch off. Cheerio. And away they go. Hello, now the usual suspects are gone and they can't hear us. Let's have a chat about those categories, shall we? You chose those 2. Which 2 will you be choosing next?
If Cumberbatch is about Benedict Cumberbatch, I'd be okay. Scenes, possibly flowers.
The 2 that you're quite keen to avoid.
Rugby League and Sonny and Cher.
All right, well, Heather, you've made a great start. You ready to carry on?
Indeed.
Then let's play round 2. 45 seconds. Start now. There are over 500 countries in the world. True. In Australia, a pickup truck is often called a ute.
Used to watch a lot of Neighbours, I think that one's true.
True. Woody Harrelson's father was the mayor of New York.
I didn't think he was from New York. False.
False. And finally, Queen Victoria was over 100 years old when she died.
I don't think she was quite that old, so I'll say false on that one.
False. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements very confidently.
That's better than the last round.
The last round was perfection.
I feel more confident with you.
All right, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Heather's answers. Sean, has she achieved perfection this time?
She's the one I was unsure of.
What do you think, Samantha?
I would say if there was one wrong, it would be B.
Simon?
I think A. I think it's closer to about 300. Yeah, I don't think she's got perfection.
Heather, the moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. 3 out of 4 is not bad, but as it's not perfection, you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game.
Now they've got to decide which one it is.
Yes, and you steal the round. You can see Heather's answers. You need to change just one, but which one? You need a chat.
I thought it was a figure like 296.
It was a bit dodgy for me, I forgot to that. So I would tend to maybe agree on you.
Yeah, the only reason I said B, I've never came across it before.
Yeah.
But
B's right.
if you
B's
think
just got
A,
B.
yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, let's change A from true to false, please, Nick.
A to change from true to false, leaving B, C and D as answered by Heather. Okay, usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. There are over 500 countries in the world. This is the key one here. Is that true or false? It is false in actual fact. Numbers can vary, but it's usually between 190 to 200 in actual fact. So you know where this is going now, don't you, usual suspects? In Australia, a pickup truck is often called a ute. True or false? Absolutely right. Woody Harrelson's father was the mayor of New York. True or false? Yeah, false. Queen Victoria was over 100 years old when she died. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Queen Victoria was 81, in fact, when she died. So, Heather, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed, and they've stolen around. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Heather's chance of winning the prize fund of £8,000 much harder. Let's see the final board. Currently 2 spaces occupied by subjects chosen by Heather because you won the first round, but because you, the usual suspects, won round 2, you get to choose the next 2. So what are you going to have?
Rugby league. Put rugby league in there, please.
Rugby league goes across, and
I think sort of folk music.
Folk
was a
music.
funny one, yeah. Happy there? Yeah, folk music, please, Nick.
And folk music goes into the final. Congratulations, usual suspects. You won the second round. Time to switch it up. We'll see you in round 3. And away they go. So we can have a little chat about that now. Rugby league, well, they zeroed them in that very quickly, didn't they? And folk music, how do you feel about that?
Depends on the question, we'll see.
But you still have one more chance to
Yeah.
find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. So back to how you played in round 1, yes?
Right, yeah.
Let's play round 3. 4:45 seconds, start now. The microwave oven was invented by Jethro Tull.
False. Jethro Tull was around hundreds of years ago.
False. A tennis court is larger than a badminton court. True. Turin is the southernmost city in Italy.
No, that's false. Naples is down the bottom and Turin's at the top, so that's false.
False, and with plenty of time to spare, Matthew McConaughey stars in Dallas Buyers Club.
He does indeed. He lost all that weight for the part, didn't he? So that's true.
True, and with plenty of time to spare, as I mentioned, you've answered all 4 statements. Good round?
Yeah.
You think you're up for perfection
I
then?
think so.
Alright, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So here are the 4 statements, and next to them are Heather's answers. Samantha, kick us off. Has she made a mistake this time?
I think she's got perfection this time, to be honest.
Sean, can you find fault?
No, she's definitely got perfection this time.
Simon, surely you can find something wrong with these answers?
Find nothing wrong, Nick. I think she's got perfection too.
Resounding vote of confidence from the usual suspects there.
Okay.
Heather, it's the moment of truth. You need to answer all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Heather. You have achieved perfection. So let's go through them one at a time, shall we? The microwave oven was invented by Jethro Tull. You managed to stop yourself giggling in time to answer. You said it was false, and of course it is false. Do you remember what it was that you actually invented, Jethro Tull?
Was it a plough or
Kind of,
something?
yeah, it's a seed drill,
Drill,
in
yeah.
actual fact. A tennis court is larger than a badminton court. So true or false? We know that's, of course, true. Very well done. Turin is the southernmost city in Italy. You said that was the wrong way round, and it's false. And it is false, because it's up north, not in the south. Matthew McConaughey stars in Dallas Buyers Club. You said true, and it is, of course, true. Very well done. And because of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier. Let's have a look at your final board. It's a kind of 50-50 board at the moment. First 2 subjects chosen by you, the second 2 subjects chosen by the usual suspects, but you get to complete the board.